I so in the first session we were started designing sign-in page. So without wasting time, let us continue on this. So I'll go back to this design. Let's see what is there. There's one input box. So this is my component. Uh, See how to differentiate between a component and a page. See, component will have a diamond mark and the page will have this icon. So currently I'm in a component. I'll go to this widget tree. So let me insert, this is a row and this is a column, fine. So let me add a text box. So this text box is doesn't look good. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to this uh, theme settings, theme widgets. I'm going to create a widget, text, text field, yeah, text field. So standard, I'm going to name it as standard input, create. So this will not have any padding, and I'm going to remove the label. I will not have the hint text because it is different from one input to another. Make it outline. So this is an input decoration property. So border type, I've defined it as outline, and border width, I want to make it 1. I'm going to choose a different color so that it looks really thin. Okay. And when we focus this border, it will have this color. That's all. So I'm going to save this, come back to my design. So here you are able to see this widget styling. So click on this. So recently we created a widget style which is available here. Just click on this. That's all. So add some padding, 20 pixel. So here another thing, in text. What is the in text? It is email address. Right. Okay, next there is a gap of around 40 pixel and we have two text elements. One is in black color and one is in a blue color. So what I am going to do is I am going to add a row, add two text elements to this. So the first we'll add some padding to this row on the top, 40 pixel, and the first text would be don't have email or don't have an account. Okay, so don't have an account. Next text, create one. So this create one color is going to be this blue, and I'm going to underline this. That's all. So next we have around 80 pixel space. Okay, and we have all these social media authorizations. So Apple, Facebook, and Google. Okay, one thing really good about FlutterFlow is there are components which are already designed and kept ready, so we can use them conveniently. So I'll add another column here. Okay, and I will give it a padding of around 80 pixels. And if I click on plus, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this uh, Flutter theme widgets. No, let's do one thing. So I'm going to go back to this page selector and click on this purple diamond icon. So I can search sign. Just when I type sign, you will see sign with Apple, Facebook, Google, all this stuff. So let me use template theme, sign in with Apple, create. Again, I'm going to go back to this component, sign, use template theme, sign in with Facebook, create component. Next one, sign in with Google, create component. Okay, now that we have all these components, let's go back to first one, which is sign in with Apple, and let's see what is happening. Okay, this is only a button which is there. Okay, font family, I think change this to enter. So this button has an icon. Let me remove this icon so that I can add it. Otherwise, let me delete this, because let us look at other things. Google. Okay, it is start button and the image is separate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a big screen, a mobile screen, and remove the width of this so that it occupies the full space. Signing with Google is a button. So let's, yeah. And the width of this button will also be infinite. Let's make it infinite so that it occupies full space. Yeah. So this is an image. Okay, here it is aligned like this. Let me like this to the center left, and we'll add a padding of around 20. Okay, now go back to Facebook. I think it will have the same stack. Okay, fine. So let's do one thing. Let's convert this to full stack, unlimited space, remove this. This will have unlimited space, remove this alignment, align to left, 20 pixel padding. Okay. And next would be, what I'll do is I'll copy this, go to this page viewer, and go to sign in with Apple, right click, paste. Okay, here I'm going to change the icon, so I'll delete this image. Okay, and I'm going to add an icon here instead. Left 20 pixel, click here, Apple, icon color, let me change to black. Text color black, login with Apple. Change the font to enter. Come back to this. Well, I think I did not change the font here. Let me change it. Enter. Color would be black. Make it semi-bold. This also make it semi-bold. Login with Apple. Make it semi-bold. Right. So now what we are going to do is, I'll come back to my sign-in page. I'm going to add all these components in in this column. So let me click on plus, go to this diamond, sign in with Apple, again plus, component, sign in with Facebook, plus, diamond, sign in with Google. So they are just attached to each other. Now we are going to have some space. So here you have the item spacing. This will allow you to leave space between the elements. So since this is a column, this is leaving the space vertically. If it would have been a row, then you would have got the spacing horizontally. That's the difference. Okay, now come back to our this one. Okay, fine. So now we have the same design ready here. So in fact, this should have been a blue color rather than black color. So let me change it and go back to this Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to change to this primary color and will be 500 or 400. Let's make it 400. And the color is not actually blue, so we take this blue. Okay, now Google primary text. I'm going to make the same color and make it 400. Sign in with Apple. Text color. I'm going to make this blue color and make it 400. Right, now come back to sign in page. Okay, so pretty similar, but the font size looks to be on the higher side. So let us check. So designing is a little bit sort of okay. Now this is 17. Let's make it 14, or let's make it 16. It should be visible properly. 16. Apple. 16. Okay, now sign in. Okay, I think this looks okay, right? So now what will happen when this sign in bottom page is visible? When user clicks on this get started button, this sign in bottom page appears. So how to do that? So come back to getting started page. Let us add an action here on this getting started. So you have different options here on the property page. One is this properties, actions, data, animations, and this documentation. So I'm going to go this time to action. This is a simple action. Add an action, bottom. So when you type bottom sheet, it has two actions. One is show and one is dismiss. So currently we are going to show the bottom sheet, and component would be sign in, so which is already there. That's all. So now if user clicks on this, the sign in page will come, and height we are going to define it as in percentage 90, so that it doesn't occupy the entire screen like this. So there is some gray space which is left out. If you press tab on this gray space, this bottom sheet will get dismissed. So we'll see that in action in a while. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Next page is pretty similar to this one, sign in. Only thing is that instead sign in, there is create an account, and instead create one, there is a sign in button or sign in link. Rest all is same. So in this case, what we are going to do is this component, I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, now it is duplicated. Double click on this here, sign up, right? So here and you change the heading, create an account. Here, instead create one, it is sign in. That's all. So your next screen is good to go, right? So if user adds an email ID here, so you can see, and you'll notice that this the continue button is visible. So unless this is not empty, I mean this is empty. Unless this is empty, this continue button is not visible. The moment you add an email address, this continue button is visible. Okay, so looking at these screens, um, what we can uh, visualize is this would be the final screen. Like this has the user email address, first name, last name, password, and uh, indication that what strength of password is, and there is an information container is available, and there is a checkbox, like for accepting the terms and conditions or promotional emails or that stuff. And then we have a final call to action button, create account. So rather than designing all, I mean, individual screens, let us let us design this final screen. So these, the password strength, the the this informational box are visible based on a condition, not immediately. So if your password doesn't have 8 characters and a capital letter or a lower letter or a special character or a number, so this password will be invalid, or maybe it is too easy to guess. So this password strength space, or the elements are visible based on a condition, which is depending on these conditions. There are 4 conditions. One is 8 characters, capital and lower letters, and special character and number. So let us design this page entirely, and then as we progress, we will look at the conditional visibility options in FlutterFlow. Okay. Okay. So let's start designing this page in FlutterFlow. So let me go to this sign up, right click on this and duplicate this, create account. Okay, so create account page will have 4 text boxes, sorry, 4 text boxes: email, first name, last name, and password. So let's add this. Before adding this, let me delete this text. This is not required. So it's a text field, and there's a row. Delete this. So I will duplicate this 4 times. Okay. So first would be email address. Second text would be first name. Third one would be last name. And the final one is password. So for password, you will notice that there is a icon attached to this. So let's go down and let's activate this field, password field. Okay, and in the icon properties, select password. So you can font have have some. Okay, see, I okay, click on this and keyboard type is password. Okay, right. Okay, so this would be the password, and next one. Okay, there is a progress bar and there are two text elements. So let's add a column and let's add a row. In this row, we are going to add again two text boxes, text elements first. So I'm going to align this row with space between so that both are stick to edge of the screen. So I will add a padding of around 20 pixel. Here I'm going to type password strength. So this text will change based on the conditions. If your password is meeting the set standards, it will show as strong, and if it doesn't, then it will show as weak. So this is a conditional visibility text. So let's keep the default text as strong, and the font weight would be around 600. Okay, right. Then again, coming back to this column, add a progress bar. So progress bar is currently this circular. So let's make it linear. Okay, and progress color would be green, right? Text I'm gonna remove. I don't need a text, so I just need to show the progress, or if it is weak or strong or whatever. So I'm going to make it 6. The thickness I'm going to make 6, and I'm going to add some padding here. Let's look at the padding. This is around 10 pixel padding here, right? And if you look at the radius, there is some radius for this progress bar. So what is the radius? Radius, let's look for. Okay, I think radius property. Yeah, so I made it end radius 12 so that it looks similar to what it is here, right? So next one would be a password must include. Okay, these are all text fields which I'm going to add in another column. Let's add another column and have a padding of 20 pixel. Add a text. Password must include. Password must include. Okay. So let's make this weight 700. Next would be, see, there is an icon plus a text box. So what we want to do is, I'm going to add a row. I'm going to add a icon. With this icon, I'm going to add a text. Okay. So now for this row, I'm going to give item spacing 10. This would be around 80. And I'm going to change the icon color, circle with this checkbox. And the icon color, I'm going to make success. This also primary text color, I'm going to change to success. Let's change this progress bar color as well to success so that all looks similar. And this 8 characters, okay, at least 8 characters. Just enter updates, at least 8 characters. Okay, so there should be some padding to this row. So okay, so before allowing the padding, let me just duplicate this. How many times I duplicate? 4 times, yeah. So I'm going to duplicate this another 2 times. Okay, for this column I'm going to add a spacing of 10 so that it allows a space between capital and lowercase letters. So change this text, capital and lowercase letters. A special character like leave a space, etc. Okay, a number. Right, so we are done with this section. Okay, next section would be adding a container, having a and adding an icon with the text. So next would be this. Okay, I'll introduce this column, add one more column. So add some padding of around 20 pixel, make this, stretch this column. Okay, and then add a container, within container add a row. Okay, next within the row just add an icon and add a text. Yeah, so container height is 100, let's make it 60. And for row we are going to add a padding of 20 pixel from all sides and with a spacing of 20. So this icon I'm going to change to pure black color, and I'm going to change this to informational icon, right? So this icon size is 24, let's make it 16. What is happening? It is not selected. Okay, so let's make it 24 and change this text to avoid using spaces. Your name, comma, email or passwords you have used before. Full point. Now this text is overflowing outside the container. So what we have to do is we just need to flex this. Okay, so that it fits into, it wraps itself within the row. So instead 20, let's make it 10 so that it's visible. And for container, I will add a border, primary background, 12 radius, and yeah. So doesn't it look similar? Yes, right? All right. So next would be adding a checkbox with this information. Okay, I think today we are done. Let's stop at this point. We will continue in the next session. We will complete this create account and all these screens, search and onboarding. Okay, all these things we will start. We'll look into this in the next session. Okay. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Track to Win channel and just be visiting to t2win.io for updates on what we are doing. Right. Thank you so much.